Chapter 19. And Ahab declareth to Jezebel all that Elijah did, and all how he slew all the prophets by the sword. And Jezebel sendeth a messenger unto Elijah, saying, Thus doth the gods, and thus do they add. Surely about this time tomorrow I make thy life as the life of one of them. And he feareth, and riseth, and goeth for his life, and cometh into Beersheba, that is Judah's, and leaveth his young man there. And he himself hath gone into the wilderness a day's journey, and cometh and sitteth under a certain retem tree, and desireth his soul to die, and saith, Enough now, O Jehovah, take my soul, for I am not better than my fathers. And he lieth down and sleepeth under a certain retem tree. And lo, a messenger cometh against him, and saith to him, Rise, eat. And he looketh attentively, and lo, at his bolster a cake baken on burning stones, and a dish of water. And he eateth and drinketh, and turneth and lieth down. And the messenger of Jehovah turneth back a second time, and cometh against him, and saith, Rise, eat, for the way is too great for thee. And he riseth, and eateth, and drinketh, and goeth in the power of that food 40 days and 40 nights, unto the mount of God, Horeb. And he cometh in there unto the cave, and lodgeth there. And lo, the word of Jehovah is unto him, and saith to him, What to thee here, Elijah? And he saith, I have been very zealous for Jehovah, God of hosts. For the sons of Israel have forsaken thy covenant. Thine altars they have thrown down, and thy prophets they have slain by the sword. And I am left, I by myself, and they seek my life to take it. And he saith, Go out, and thou hast stood in the mount before Jehovah. And lo, Jehovah is passing by, and a wind, great and strong, is rending mountains and shivering rocks before Jehovah. Not in the wind is Jehovah, and after the wind a shaking. Not in the shaking is Jehovah. And after the shaking a fire. Not in the fire is Jehovah. And after the fire a voice still small. And it cometh to pass at Elijah's hearing it, that he wrappeth his face in his robe, and goeth out, and standeth at the opening of the cave. And lo, unto him is a voice, and it saith, What to thee here, Elijah? And he saith, I have been very zealous for Jehovah, God of hosts. For the sons of Israel have forsaken thy covenant. Thine altars they have thrown down, and thy prophets they have slain by the sword. And I am left, I by myself, and they seek my life to take it. And Jehovah saith unto him, Go, turn back on thy way to the wilderness of Damascus, and thou hast gone in, and anointed Hazael for king over Aram, and Jehu son of Nimshi thou dost anoint for king over Israel, and Elisha son of Shaphat of Abal Maholah thou dost anoint for prophet in thy stead. And it hath been, him who is escaped from the sword of Hazael put to death doth Jehu, and him who is escaped from the sword of Jehu put to death doth Elisha. And I have left in Israel 7,000, all the knees that have not bowed to Baal, and every mouth that hath not kissed him. And he goeth thence, and findeth Elisha son of Shaphat, and he is plowing. 12 yoke are before him, and he is with the 12th. And Elijah passeth over unto him, and casteth his robe upon him. And he forsaketh the oxen, and runneth after Elijah, and saith, Let me give a kiss, I pray thee, to my father and to my mother, and I go after thee. And he saith to him, Go, turn back, for what have I done to thee? And he turneth back from after him, and taketh the yoke of oxen, and sacrificeth it, and with instruments of the oxen he hath boiled their flesh, and giveth to the people, and they eat. And he riseth and goeth after Elijah, and serveth him.